Welcome to the fourth installment in our Night of the Walking Dead series, in which we follow a party of adventurers parted from their home by strange mists. Unbeknownst to them, the mists have sealed them inside the demiplane of dread. The party is made up of Alaska, a warrior performer who lives for battle, the stage, and little else. Bevan, an inquisitive and wisecracking bard who finds his social graces and musical talents lost on strangers as of late. Gilmar, a wood-elfish druid who has earned the friendship and trust of an owl. And Moore, a half-orc war cleric of Tyr, who has just avenged his wife's death but feels ill at ease and may not find rest until he finds his way home. A young and unresponsive man known as Luke Tarascon, seemingly lost to the world and unresponsive to all, has decided to follow them for some reason or another. If this is your first time listening, be sure to listen to previous episodes, linked below. Last time, the lost group of adventurers were investigating into the mysterious deaths and reanimation of villagers in the small Marais de Tarascon. Where we left off, a seemingly eccentric but perhaps learned villager named Mordu has just informed the party that he believes the bizarre happenings may be attributed to a cult of the swamp. Please be forewarned. Some language, themes, and humor may at times be offensive to some and is not suitable for the young or faint-hearted. Listener discretion is advised. Without further ado, please enjoy this episode in our Night of the Walking Dead series on Davingthrow, a tabletop RPG podcast.
There's a swamp god.
Yes, yes.
Is it the same as the fog?
The fog.
Mist. The mist. Sorry, mist.
I do not know. Perhaps. Tell me more about Mist.
We just heard from a priest.
Priest.
Oh, Ezra. Yes, Ezra,
Yes.
the Lady of the Mists. I do not know. That's an interesting idea. Perhaps you can talk to him and get more information.
Do you think he would give us more information?
Maybe you'd like to come with
Sure.
us. You can get all kinds of great information from
That's
the
a
priest.
splendid idea.
Excellent. Bring some licorice. It'll be amazing. I'll let you go ahead
Isn't
a little
this-
bit.
isn't
I
this
just wanna
exciting?
Talk to Luke for a second.
Isn't everything that's going on here so exciting?
It's amazing. You go on.
Oh,
I want to talk to Luke with you.
I am so glad to have met you today.
Do
Thank you
you
for
mind-
coming.
Do you mind if I take a look at your maps of the area before we
Yes,
leave?
yes. Just give me a minute.
I tend to have an excellent memory, so I'm sure that I won't need to actually...
Maybe he'll know about the place that we need to get to.
While they're distracted, I'm just going to go over to Luke and the lantern.
Okay. He jolts for a second, but as long as as long as he has a lantern in his hand at any one time, he's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't freak out.
Is the other one lit though?
Lit,
I
yeah.
would have lit it.
Okay.
I wouldn't have given him a dead lantern. What kind of monster do you think I am?
Anywho, I'm saying to you...
You're gonna get the map.
Yeah, I'm sure that
just
I
give me a
would
sec.
be able to just look at the map because I tend to have
Okay.
excellent memory.
You look at the map, but
Um,
basically it shows what you see a very large part of the map. In fact, more than half is kind of a big blob, which you recognize to be the swamp. It has trees and stuff and pools of water, and it's just marked Lac de Noir. And then there's a landmass and an ocean above. Port de Lourdes up here. You guys are down Marais de Tarascon here, and then there's a few other small villages on the map. Basically, 1 inch is 2.25 miles, just to give you some. frame of
Wait, so
reference.
1 is what?
1 inch of that map is 2.25 miles.
2.25.
It will say that too. I forgot that.
That's not that far actually.
Yeah, the countryside actually seems pretty small.
And this is what, like an ocean
And-
here? Or
Yeah,
is
that's
it-
the sea.
And there's like a storm around everything, or like
It seems like there's a storm collecting on the horizon in the west or the east rather. Sorry. Yep. So anyway,
short, squat licorice Varys is coming with us to the priest to talk to him about the fog goddess.
oh, I haven't had this much excitement in years. Isn't everything that's going on so wonderful?
as an aside,
It
guys, I
is
think this guy's
amazing.
gonna die. This guy seems like he's gonna die.
Sorry, what's that?
Too
Sorry,
happy.
I
He's gonna
say
die.
yes, it is amazing. Wonderful.
What was his name?
Tell us more about where you're from.
It's Mordu.
Mordu wants to know.
Mordu?
First?
Well, we come from the barony of...
Yeah, and you guys are talking on the way over to the church. It's not a far walk.
From the land down under. We come from the land down under.
Where there's rain and thunder. Is that how it goes? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Although apparently there's rain and thunder here.
Yeah, there's rain and thunder everywhere.
Turns out we're in Australia the whole time. French Australia.
I know.
Oh God.
L'Australia.
L'Australia. L'Australia.
L'Australia.
Yeah. All right. So you guys are heading back over to the
Mordu. This whole thing about what the priest told us about the dead not staying dead. Do you know anything else about that?
Do I know anything about the dead not staying dead? Yes, it's the cult. They're
Cult.
practicing voodoo. I bet you. It's some voodoo priests in the swamp.
The swamp god, right?
Yes.
What's all that about?
Yes, he consorts with the Loa. The Loa of the swamp.
Baloa?
Loa.
Loa.
L-O-A.
What's Loa?
Loa. The pagan spirits of the natives of this land. I tell you, they've coalesced into a cult.
Do you know anything? Is there ever gypsies frequenting this area?
Oh, gypsies, yes. I have not...
Your girlfriend.
Yes, there were some gypsies here recently.
They're not here.
They did not like me much. I do not know why.
They had a poor...
You met with them?
Yes, I met with them briefly.
What did they want? Because we met with them.
Oh, they were
alone.
just passing through. They stopped at villages. They were sort of stocking up in supplies and whatnot.
Did they like the licorice?
Oh Jesus.
I offered them some. They didn't want it.
No.
That made me sad. It's great licorice. The best.
It's very good.
The best in all of Suriname.
The gypsies had a poor idea. They said that this place was very dangerous at night. Why do you want?
Oh, well, it's the dead, of course.
Of course. Well, they said it was very specifically that it was safe during the day.
Oh yes. Well, the
not
dead
safe at
the
night.
dead do not seem to come out during the day. The cultists fear the day. Now, I should tell you, I think Father Brucian is an agent of the cult himself. And he is here
Well, why are we going to talk to him about?
because
that?
because I want to see if we can catch him. I want to see if we can get any information out of him. And I'm sure you folks would be great help. We must find out.
Let's-
I do not trust
Sounds
him.
good to me.
I do not trust him.
I don't trust him either. He sounds like a dick.
Okay, and you guys enter the church, and around this time, you're done praying. If you want to join the rest of the group.
Yeah, we would definitely have
You're-
waited until.
Yeah.
Let's see what he has to say without going in there guns a-blazing and all accusing.
Well,
Let's keep him on his good side for as long as we can.
yes, diplomacy. Yes. We lull him into a false sense of security. I like the way you think.
Something like that.
Yes. I think you should talk. Yeah, and you join the group.
Who's
You
our new
see them.
friend
You
here?
see this eccentric short man, kind of very animated.
You
Very.
are a very tiny man.
Oh, I'm not that tiny. Am I?
Compared to me.
Oh, you are very big. Oh yes, quite the big Caliban. Yes.
What is a Caliban?
A Caliban is a person who has been born under unfortunate circumstances.
Yep.
I meant to
I
say
would
that. I
agree with-
apologize about his face.
I would agree with that.
Under a bad sign, perhaps to an evil witch. They are born misfigured and malformed, but they are often born with very great strength and toughness.
Have you met more?
He's quite unfortunate looking, I know.
Yep. Almost
Was
the
your
same.
mother a witch?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sweet Jesus, was your mother a human?
Yeah, I'm half human, half orc.
What is an orc?
You don't want to know.
Is an orc a warlock of some sort?
No.
No.
Oh.
No, an orc is just this ugly thing.
Oh,
An
A
ugly
warlock.
British thing.
tell me all about the orcs.
You'd have to ask this one.
Oh yes, well. Anyways, I believe
I do not wish to
you
recollect my people.
you seem to be good at
Recollect.
speaking,
Recollect?
as do you.
Recollect.
You two should lead the conversation.
This one can be quite offensive. You threw me
Excellent.
under the bus last night.
Oh.
Under the wagon.
Oh,
I
under a
don't even
wagon. Did it
remember
hurt?
What you're talking
Did it hurt?
about.
Whose wagon?
It seems,
little bit.
Well, I
Was
think
it the
I
funeral
should be the
wagon?
one that talks to the priest
No.
because I'm the one that had the best
You
rapport
had
with him.
this one spoke to
No
the priest
funeral.
earlier. I wasn't there.
That's right. This one's a priest too.
This one is a cleric.
You might not be
I'm
able
a
to
cleric,
tell.
not a
but-
priest. I'm a cleric.
I start wandering away.
Is it the same thing?
Okay, where are you going?
No.
Just anywhere not here.
Pretty
Like,
much.
I don't know.
You can't deal with this
It's
anymore.
more or
bickering
less.
is just
More or less.
annoying me.
Okay.
But technically no.
In Dungeons and Dragons terms, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Well, shall we go in?
Sure.
You lead the way, and you lead the questioning.
More.
And I don't like the location, so I'm gonna wait at the door. I'm gonna say like, hey, I'll wait at the door.
You're gonna stay outside?
Yeah.
By
I'll
yourself?
Watch. I'll keep watch.
Near the cemetery?
I'll keep watch.
Onwards and upwards!
You are a very energetic human.
Thank you.
We aren't gonna get along very
You
well.
are a very big half-orc. That is what you are called, right? What you call yourself?
Just call me more.
More what?
Just more.
Oh, well, I am Mordu. We have something in common.
I like you,
Yeah.
Mordu.
Oh, thank you. I like you too. And I like this one as well. And I like you.
Let's go and talk to the priest.
I believe that in the rite of diplomacy here that Moore should talk to the priest as he already
Yes,
has
yes.
a rapport.
Moore, go ahead. After you, sir.
So I go
Yes,
to the
after you,
priest.
sir.
I say good morning, Father. What's his nuts?
Father Brucian.
Father Brucian.
He says, yes, hello. Hello to you. What brings you here this morning?
Just to see how things are. Maybe have some more questions answered, as my companions may have questions that I had not thought of.
At this point, Mordu leaps in front of you and says, admit it, Brucian. You're a cultist. You are a
Not-
cultist of the
not
swamp
this
god.
one.
Oh, he's down there, Mordu.
sorry, Father. He just had some bad licorice this morning.
I've dealt with him before. And he says, Mordu, stop. There's no cult of the swamp. He says, that's what a cultist of the swamp god would say.
He's right, you know.
He's dead animating. You know, you have answers. You, hold him down. We need to question him. We need to interrogate him. Hold him down.
Okay, Mordu.
Okay.
Nobody's gonna be holding anyone down.
Mordu, didn't we agree on diplomacy?
Oh,
Calm
yes,
down
yes.
and
I'm sorry.
Calm down and have some licorice.
Yes, yes. Father Brucian, would you please tell us where the cultist headquarters is, and we will not hurt you badly. And at this point, Father Brucian says, "Out of my church, or I'm calling the constable." And he says, "I will get you one of these days." And he storms out.
Yeah, Mordu, we'll catch you later, buddy.
Yes, yes. Please come back. Yes.
Yeah, we'll come by for some licorice.
Find out. Tell me what you know. What you find out.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I see. I'm leaning on the door, like that's I guess the side of the door, and I just see him kind of storm through. I assume.
Yeah, you see him storm out. And he
And,
says,
and I just kind of like go. Well,
"Yeah." As he walks by, he says, "Oh, hello," and keeps walking.
So,
I do have a question about
Brassy.
about Ezra,
Yes.
because you didn't really say too much about her.
Oh,
what
okay.
is she? What does she represent? What is her? What do you call it?
Yes. Well,
portfolio.
Portfolio of sorts.
Pavilion. What is it?
she is a goddess of protection
case
and of
the other
travel.
day, an IKEA case, so I'm like,
And
I was
she-
like crunched up.
I will
nails
tell
and
you.
so-
She was a healer from the poor. She was a healer of the sick, protector of the weak, and such was her lot in life. Such was her role in the grand scheme. And Ezra took pride in the role fate had given her. Her duty was her joy, and for many years she watched over her people. But as time passed, she began to see the hollow. From the mists of death came the horrors of night. The drinker of blood and the stealer of breath and the beast that rends. Many were their legions and many were their roles by the darkness in the grand scheme. But Ezra, she set forth on a quest to find the guardian of her people.
Who drinks the blood?
I do not say anything about. Well, yes, there is a blood drinker. There are shadows and beasts in the darkness and in the night
Oh, good.
among the mists. And
So I knew the mist was bad.
Ezra seeked the answers that but the answer was for her to turn back, and that she knew nothing. She has met the end, and all that held in the future was destruction. But Ezra did not give up, and she fought for her people. And in time, she had to sacrifice herself and her life. But she became our protector in the mists.
So is that what's depicted in the stained glass?
Yeah, and you see basically Ezra as sort of this warrior woman, this Joan of Arc, fighting battles against other people and against shadowy, vague figures as well.
Basically, what you're saying is there's nothing better than Ezra.
Well, you are all welcome to have what you believe.
No one's old enough to get that.
No, you don't either. There are many ways of faith, and I respect them usually, as long as they.
Why do you think the Licorice Man thinks you're in a cult?
Mordu's an eccentric man, and he's known to be for years. He reads too many of his books, and many of them are no more than fairy tales, fiction. But he believes anything and everything he reads.
Fairy tales.
If it's in a book, he believes it.
Have a basis in truth.
Well, I suppose to an extent that is true.
So what you're saying is that this cult is entirely a fabrication, or what is it?
I
based
believe
upon?
it to be a fabrication. Personally, yes. I do not believe there's any cult operating in the swamp.
I want to kind of, I guess, maybe a perception. I don't know if he's
An insight,
being
maybe?
entirely honest.
You do an insight.
4.
He seems genuine.
At that rate, much would seem
You can't really get a good read. You're not sure if he's a good liar or not.
Do
But
you like squint your eyes slightly and like just looks like you have to like poop or something?
the Larry David stare off. Have you guys seen
If you
Curb Your
roll a 1,
Enthusiasm?
then you do.
Yeah, he,
Alright.
he poops his pants.
Yeah, he says I do not believe so. There are voodins.
Are there people
Voodins. What's a voodin?
voodoo?
I have heard of voodins. I do not know much about them, but they are
What about the gypsies?
the few natives that still practice the
This is the
original
second time
religion
that
of this
we've heard
land.
about these natives
Have
in voodoo.
you heard any stories about voodins in relation to the plantation?
No, I do not think so.
What stories have you heard in relation to the plantation, sir?
I know that the plantation has been the foundation for this town for many years.
What makes it better?
No, it
And
doesn't.
Luke
It
here
just goes right
is the youngest surviving member.
But it makes my lips
Their
tickle.
family has undergone some very tragic events as of late, and it has not done well for Luke. Luke has become what we know to be
Don't say.
a lost one.
Just to
A lost
clarify,
one.
what you just said there as a GM, was that
As a
correct?
GM,
What
he's
is
a
Yeah.
general
He's
manager.
the youngest surviving
Game
member.
master.
Are you sure?
You should be.
I thought he
He's
was
got
a-
his
Because I thought
older
one of
brother.
the brothers was still
Game
alive.
master.
Yeah, he's
Maybe
the
not.
The youngest.
youngest.
The youngest.
No, you
member.
can't say
But you
GM.
said, yeah,
I'm gonna say general manager.
yeah, okay,
sports.
yeah, I see now.
Yeah.
Oh, right there.
Sorry, I was a little confused.
Because it was weird. Because it's like if his
Yeah.
mom died when giving birth, then he wouldn't have anyone younger.
If the mother
He
died
is
giving
the
birth,
youngest.
He is the youngest though, so it all
Yeah,
fits
it's
together.
weird to say that. Like,
Oh, well, he doesn't know how much you guys
So
necessarily.
it's just
Yeah.
it's just a way to say
But,
if the
it.
mother died giving birth, just a
Yeah.
thought. If the mother died giving birth, did she come back?
Are you saying this out loud or as?
That only started happening a
All
few
the
weeks
things I
ago.
said
and he
show
looks
me
older
right,
than
right,
3
right,
weeks.
Because I'm not
Did,
there.
Gilmar, did you say that out loud? Did you
I
say
muttered that to.
You don't really say. Like, are you whispering or can you hear it?
I'm
We'd like
whispering
to know
to.
more about
More.
Luke's mother.
Well, she was a very nice woman, but she passed quite a few years ago, before events happened.
Mordu believes that something else might have happened to her.
I would not trust Mordu on much of what he says.
Alright. I'm just trying to cover all the bases.
No, that's fine. I'm glad.
I'm whispering
taking
to
interest.
Moore that. So I'm whispering to Moore. How do we know that we can trust him?
Why are you whispering in front of me? I do not like that.
As a priest of Ezra, do you have any ability to perhaps communicate or perhaps heal the damaged mind of this young man?
I'm afraid there's not a lot I can do for somebody of his condition.
Has there been other people with a similar condition that you've experienced?
I have not dealt with many personally, but I have read about them.
Do you know
about
what's
his
wrong with him?
Yeah, do you know
Do
about
they
his
all just
fascination with the
need to
lions?
hold on to lanterns, or are they just generally quiet?
That might just be a Luke thing. I don't know. It's not always the case, but they are detached from the world. Their mind has been broken in some way,
Do you know if the
and
undead?
perhaps soul as well.
Do you know if do you know if the undead hate anybody with lights, or if there's any lights, do they avoid the lights?
I don't know. They don't come out at day, if that is any help, but not generally anyway.
I just keep thinking about why Luke doesn't like the dark and why he always wants the lantern.
Well, perhaps that is the last bastion of protection in what's left of his fragmented mind.
Protection from what?
Well,
The undead?
it's a comfort. Much like a child is scared of the dark, he holds it in some hope that perhaps it protects him. It is a comfort, but I do not think it is much more.
Where do the dead usually come from?
The living.
That's a good way to put it. We have witnessed some rising.
Is it only some, or is it everyone that dies recently?
It seems to be most.
Has
Most
anyone
people.
died recently and not come back to life?
Many people are missing, so perhaps they have not.
Whoa, who's
Who's
missing?
Well,
Civilians?
he lists off some various names that don't mean much to you, but it sounds like some of them are farm hands, and he describes others as just local workers in town.
So a lot of people, like from the plantation, that are missing.
Yeah, it's more than a few. But
Since when did
I
they go
really
missing?
think we're going to end up visiting this plantation.
I do as well.
So,
How long ago did they go missing?
What kind of plantation is it?
it was
over the last
The
over the
human
last
kind.
3 weeks, not all of them I know to have risen, but the ones that are dead, but some certainly have, and others certainly we do not know the actual cause.
Hmm.
Anyway,
I'm going to kind of.
if you wish to help with investigation, perhaps you should talk to the constable. He might be able to.
Yeah, maybe we should do that.
He might be able to. Yes.
The plantation's not on this map, is it? Sorry. That was.
No, it's not.
Oh. Well,
I would like to go back and look at a map where the plantation would be.
Okay.
Because right now we don't know how to get to it.
Okay, so you like to go back to Mordu?
Yep.
Mordu.
Mordu.
you don't want to go and maybe talk to the constable first?
I'll talk to the. We'll call,
He could be able to just tell us where it is.
Alaska, what are you doing?
I'm waiting at the door. You guys.
You're
coming
just
out?
okay.
should we try the constable first? And then if we don't
Yeah.
know, if we
It's
still
another
don't know,
source of information. We've already been.
I mean,
to
I would
Mordu
still like a
land.
layout of the land so we know where we're going.
Seventh doth sons of sun, the time rise to of eternity,
Writing it down.
a two knave the send cries.
Okay.
Would you like me to
Treasurer.
give you what you've heard so far?
Well, certainly at least that, because I would have been writing it down. as soon
Okay,
as you started to go on.
so seventh doth sons of sun, the time rise.
Nice.
Two of eternity, and two knave
You crack my back.
the send cries.
the send.
Yeah, S-E-N-D.
You know, I kind of wish we'd been writing these down from the start, because what if, theory, maybe totally wrong, but what if all the stuff that Luke has been saying, we could take it and put it together and actually make sense of it?
You know what? Since I wrote it down again,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say Luke. Seventh doth sons of sun, the time rise. Two of eternity, on two knave the send cries. Cool.
You're still inside, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I know.
What does the priest make of that?
Says he kind of gently pats him on the shoulder.
Have you heard this before from Luke?
Yes, I have heard him. Well, I have heard him make a strange utterance, and shortly after he was taken away from the village and put up in that hut.
By who?
The constable's been taking care of him, going out and giving him
So that's who's been giving him
food
the
and water.
Who's giving him the fuel for his
Okay,
lantern?
the nave. Is there a nave in the church?
Isn't that a belly? Oh.
That's a navel.
Isn't a nave a part of a church? There's something similar spelled.
Like a naval, maybe? No.
Navel's
Oh, maybe. I don't really. To be honest, I don't really know.
Do you want me to look it up on dictionary?
You can if you want.
Okay.
What a knave is?
I think it's like part of the. It's like where the maybe the main altar is and behind it or something. At least this is a
How do you spell it?
Christian.
Knave.
Yes, the constable is bringing him fuel as well.
So how did
It's defined as a dishonest or unscrupulous man.
Nothing else.
That's what the definition says.
Okay. Might be thinking of
I
something.
wonder if it
else.
expands more. That's the first thing that comes up. Another term for jack in cards. So I
Oh yeah,
assume-
knave. Oh my god.
Boy servant is
Try
like the old-
nave, just NAVE.
and like that's your call. Can I look up that, or is that
What is that?
the without a K? Because at this point we're just like mining like outside of the game.
Well, I'm trying to think if I would have known it even.
Oh, so that
Oh,
is
that
the
is.
central part of a church building
Yeah.
intended to accommodate most of the congregation.
Yeah.
He says knave. You don't know what kind he meant
I
though.
see.
It's
Yeah,
in
for
Toronto,
sure.
so I know what it
So
says.
he could be actually talking about this church
the
right
Four
now.
Seasons.
In
saying-
traditional Western churches, it is a rectangular separated from the chancel by a steep step or rail, and is from adjacent aisles by pillars. So, is the thing
So
that's
it's
like behind
architecture.
the altar, like the thing that kind of goes up and is like small?
Oh, is that it?
That's what the dictionary
Oh,
said.
okay.
I've been here before.
So I wonder if he's actually we're in the church right
You
now.
okay?
He's saying like,
Yeah.
You alright?
Yeah.
much
Okay.
of
You
that-
seemed like you were.
Too much of that
Tired.
Korean.
You're in pain.
poutine.
The bubbles are getting through. The bubble thing.
Ugh.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah.
Oh, this house. Oh my god.
It's like the step, and that's where like the cross is
Oh my
usually
God,
at the
yeah.
top of
I
the
want
nave
that
area in a church, like a
I
Western.
want a
church.
standalone tub, and then I want like a big walk-in like
seven
granite
doth
shower.
sons of sun, the time rise, two of eternity, on to nave.
Anyways, I'm not here yet because
That
you guys
sounds
are still
fucking
inside. So
huge.
sorry.
Yeah. As you're outside, you hear one woman say to another, "Looks like the madman struck again," and she said, "We should return home." She says, "Oh, he only comes out at night." Oh,
Sorry, who comes out at night?
The madman.
Madman. Who me as a real person here remember Madman was referenced in the prophecy of
Yeah.
Your character would have definitely remembered that.
Was I there when? Because I would have been sleeping.
You were asleep?
Well, I usually would be. So I
wait,
don't know
I was
when
gonna
the
say I was
prophecy
awake.
was awake.
I was awake.
I feel
'cause
like I was
You
asleep.
were, yeah.
I
Well,
was
either
asleep.
way, you heard about a madman.
A madman.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I'll just know it by like, oh, madman. Okay, and then I kind of like peek in to see like if they're coming out.
Okay.
Alright.
So, Alaska, hear anything good?
I'm not near you guys. You're in the church
I
still.
walk to you.
We're
By
coming
yourself?
out now.
You're coming
Yeah,
out now?
We
All right.
We were done
Hey,
in there.
Hey guys, apparently there's some sort of madman
So,
out tonight, and something happened. I don't know. Some people passed by and told me about. I heard madman.
Is it those two ladies over there?
Would it
Are
been
they still
Oh
there?
my
would
gosh,
that be
guys.
the timing?
yeah, sure.
Yeah, it was them. Whatever.
I'm going to kind of stroll over casually.
Ladies.
Like Johnny Bravo's.
Pardon me, gentle ladies, but I heard
How you
you
doing?
speaking
The ladies.
of
Gentle
a horrible
ladies.
tale of a madman striking in the night.
Yes, he's been killing people.
Who? Who is this?
I don't know.
For how long?
For the last few days now. Probably more.
Do you have any idea
Well,
what the madman looks
we've
like?
been with her each night. She hasn't killed anyone. Him.
They kind of seem a little scared and they quickly take off.
Moore hasn't killed any. Oh, it's too late. I tried to defend you.
Oh.
Strangely enough, I called you a she. I don't know. Might have freaked them out.
Who would have confused that?
It's so weird. Why do we keep saying?
Who would ever do that? Let's go back to the inn, I guess. That's me. That's
Oh well, I think we were going back to Mappy.
Did you find out anything? All I saw is the weird old guy come out.
He threw a conniption fit.
Look at that.
He said some stuff.
I thought he was gonna.
He said some stuff. He said some things.
Yeah.
But I would like to go back. I have a feeling that we're going to need to go to the plantation. I would like to go back to Mordu because
While you're doing that, I'll go see the constable.
I'd like to get a map of the area of the plantation so that we can have an idea of the landscape.
And I'll talk to the constable so that we don't have to.
Dave, I don't know if you want this back to do the map of the plantation.
No, I'm okay. Just give me a minute, please.
I'm gonna see the constable.
Okay.
The what?
The constable.
Oh boy.
Okay.
I had a stroke.
Do you know where that is? Well, you know what? You would have seen the sign. There's a little sign that says like constable. Yeah, constabulary. That's the word.
I would have gone with that. Yeah. With
Okay.
More in that case, because I didn't like the weird old guy. That's why I didn't really stay with him at all.
I was not a huge fan of him either, so high five on that.
Oh look, they're getting along.
Aw. I smell a bromance. All right.
Smells like ogre.
Triggering there.
Smells like ogre.
Okay,
I'm
so
not an ogre.
so you're going to go in?
Keep telling yourself that.
You gonna go in?
Who are you asking?
So
I enter. I'm like,
okay,
who's
so
the constable of this.
the door is closed at the moment. It's locked at the moment.
You walk into the door. I say the door opens.
I open the door.
You can try and force it open. If you
Oh,
want.
it's locked.
Oh, it's locked.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's locked.
Break into the constable's office.
That's good to start.
Can I look into the window and see if anybody's inside?
No one's inside at the moment. You see a desk. It doesn't look very big. It looks like it's maybe, it's not.
Has it
well,
been
this is
used?
going
in
on.
It's
less
not like
than
a
a
huge.
month?
Yeah, it looks like somebody was there recently and actually took off in a hurry. Their meal still seems to be half eaten.
Oh, weren't the girls saying like everyone's locking their doors? I think that's what they told. They
Yeah,
said
but this is daytime.
I think she
so-
said there. We should go and lock home and lock our doors. And the other one said, "Oh, he comes out at night. We're fine."
Alright.
Yeah, because it's daytime right now.
Well, let's go to the inn and find out what's happening.
You're at the constabulary, so what are you gonna do?
I guess go back to the
Clearly
inn.
empty, so
Yeah.
there's no
We'll
point.
see if anybody at the inn has seen the constable.
Okay. Well, as you're walking towards the inn, he said you hear a voice saying, "You there, Caliban? What is your name?"
More.
You looking for me?
The constable? Are you the constable?
Yes. Well, yeah. You can tell he's the only person you've seen in this town so far. He actually has like mail on, and he has like a kind of a badge emblem type of thing. Yeah.
Ah, you must be the constable.
That's a pretty sash you have.
Are you there with?
Yeah, I'm
oh, okay.
there.
Okay. Thank you. He says, what do you need?
We just kind of need to know, like, we want to know what's going on. Like, there's undead coming, and then there's like the plantation, and help me out here.
The plantation. What about the plantation?
Yeah, what about it? I was in.
Do you know something?
I thought we briefed you on it.
Was I briefed?
Yes.
Was I fully briefed?
Yes.
Do I have the
Sure.
full briefs?
Yes.
Yes, you have the briefs.
Do I roll on brief size?
No.
We got whatever his name is.
Mordu.
That's in character, by the way.
He-
No,
he-
I don't purposely.
He says, "Come with me," and
right,
and he walks you over. He walks you down to some houses and pulls you up into an alley. And he before he goes in, he says, "Brace yourself. You might see something you wouldn't like." And as you go in, you see splattered all around on the floor, the ground, the walls are flecks of reddish brown, clearly blood. Dried blood appears.
Is there bodies?
I like the way you.
There's no
decorate
body.
this place. I like the way you've decorated.
You actually say that to him?
Yeah, sarcastically.
He kind of gives you a cold look.
Really? Really, Alaska? Really?
Well, he was the one who was like, "Here, come here, look at this."
Yeah.
Do you know anything? Do either of you know anything about this? Have you seen
No.
anything?
No, we haven't.
What do you?
We
like,
want to.
Who's are you as the DMs asking that?
Yeah,
or
he's saying as a constable. I'm saying as a constable.
as the constable.
Oh yeah, I'm role playing.
Okay.
We found the
He
concept.
met the they met the
Yeah.
constable.
So while you're doing that, so who's going to Mordu? You two?
Yeah.
Okay, so you go back to Mordu, and what do you say to him?
Mordu, is it okay if we, or actually, sorry, I take that back. Mordu, do you have any maps regarding that plantation area? We're thinking that we might have to go there.
Nothing on a map, but I can pretty easily tell you the way.
Did you want to come with us to the plantation? There might be cultists. I have a feeling that's their.
Wait, when did you
headquarters.
find out about? What did you find out from Father Brucian?
He said something about possible cultist activity near the plantation. I think he
Okay.
was quite concerned. Now, he didn't admit.
Is it
that
dangerous?
He
Do you have an
was
extra weapon for me?
An extra.
Have you ever
weapon.
handled a weapon before?
No, but I'm sure you swing it, right?
You've got lots of heavy books. Bring one of those.
No, I do not believe that would make a very good
I
weapon.
think your knowledge is a better weapon in this case.
That's well said.
Well, you will stand in front of me, and I will say inspiring things.
We'll throw Alaska in front of you.
Yes.
When
She
we're
is
gonna
quite
find her,
the
I'm
stunning
not sure
one.
where they went.
Oh, now you feel bad. Don't
Quite-
be Alaska.
quite formidable.
Not there.
I know, but
So what else were you saying? What else were you saying?
Well, I just say when we find her again, because I'm not quite sure where
he's
they
in
went
for
off to.
quite the trap.
Do you know where the constable's
Literally, you are
constabulary
trapped.
is?
Oh yes. It's
There's
it's
something
very near.
under
It's just
those
across from
pants
the
that he's
just
not
across
expecting.
from me actually. Actually, the two houses are like pretty much like
Oh, okay.
yeah
Well,
across the street. So.
bring us across the street then,
Okay.
so we can find our friends.
Okay, so you guys actually see them, and at this point you guys have explored
we
enough of the
pinpoint
village.
this
It's pretty small. I can give you something. So this, if you can just let me, actually, I'll just make a few marks
I
for
will
you.
not let you.
Oh, where's my pencil now? Can I borrow somebody's? Oh, there's one. Okay,
Roll
so
for pencil check.
yeah,
Pencil
exactly.
there?
Check.
Oh my god.
Liquid man over here. Which one are you even? I control the orange juice.
Actually, it's cider.
Oh no, it's done. It's okay, I still have like 7 more at home. There's like a small stockpile in my basement.
So actually, all the places you guys have gone near are pretty close to each other. Just give me a minute.
I know, I feel like we haven't gone that far.
It turns out the whole town is one big building.
But
Oh my god, it's
Because it's all-
Inception.
Everything's across from each other that we've been to.
and the X is where you guys are at the moment.
My fingers are hurting.
You are here.
Yeah, you guys managed to track them down. So.
I don't see an X. We're nowhere. Yeah, that's so is that the alley?
Yeah.
I only have one question. What's a cemetery?
Did I write cemetery? I meant cemetery. My mistake.
Is that where they make the cement?
I think so.
The cemetery.
Why would they build more village if there's that much?
It's just one big block of cement.
What am I
It's a
thinking?
big square.
Finger?
That's where all the zombies are underneath there.
That's the mausoleum. Yeah, it's a big block of cement. It's one big building.
I don't really understand Cat's Cradle, but I'm gonna go with this one.
But yeah, let's off to the constabulary.
It's the cemetery.
Like you guys are with the constable right now.
Oh, we're with the constable
Yeah,
right
you
now.
guys are all together.
Hey,
You
constable.
managed to track him
Your
down.
middle finger?
Cool.
Yeah, this one.
Oh wait, what were you guys talking to the
Looks like a
constable about
penis.
again? Oh yeah, he was showing you blood on a wall. And
Yeah, so you
stuff.
guys see the scene, and since you weren't prepared for it, make wisdom saves. please.
We will be
Me too,
sure to
or-
be absolutely aghast, so he's not like. Have
Yes.
you seen this before?
Everyone?
No,
No,
not the people
we
who were
were,
already
like-
the ones who were already with the
We
constable.
were,
were warned.
prepared.
Con
Yeah.
check.
Wisdom.
Wisdom 14.
Yeah, Chantal got a 3.
I got a 3.
Actually,
Wait, 3 plus.
You just throw up
So
everywhere.
8.
8.
Why am I rolling a wisdom? What's happening?
Because
'Cause he told you to.
because you weren't ready for the blood, so.
What blood? Sorry, what?
There's
We
a huge
came-
amount of blood on the ground.
And now
on
there's a
the
whole bunch of
walls.
vomit as well. Waiting up.
Wait,
in,
who?
in
Sorry,
an
what?
alleyway.
I wasn't paying
You Mordu has you guys and Mordu managed to track down the rest of the group. who are with the constable in an alleyway, and there is a huge splatter of blood.
In the alley.
And the constable's questioning you guys and being like, do you know anything? Like,
No, we don't.
The constable, Alaska, and Moore in an alley covered in blood. We found the murderers. You three are under arrest. Cultists.
okay, so what were the rolls? Can I get them?
More
I
you
got an
get 'em.
8. An 8.
14.
I'm
Okay.
screwed.
You're okay.
For now.
And I would say, like, are you asking us what blood is? Because I know what blood is.
What?
What do you mean?
What did I say?
Like, no.
Oh, as the constable.
Alaska.
He asked what
He's-
you
he's-
insinuated
he's-
about
He
it.
says, I'm sorry. There's been a string of killings, but
Did they
Killings.
all happen here?
Wait, am I here now?
no, different places during the night.
How'd the blood get here then?
Oh, and he always leaves this. And
He.
well, he or she, I don't know, but
Oh, is this the madman that people are talking about?
men tend to be more violent. I'm sorry if that's a little sexist of me, but that is the truth.
What are the...
Men are fickle things.
Sexist, what's that?
Yeah,
What-
exactly.
What's the mechanism of the death?
Probably gnawing on the bone.
I'm not sure.
Do you not get the bodies, or is
I do not have the bodies. No.
So they
The
just
bodies are taken away.
Where are the bodies taken to?
I don't know.
You're the
I'm try-
constable.
I'm doing my best. I'm one man. I'm all this town has at the moment.
Would you say you're a mad man? No, I'm just joking.
Oh my
I didn't say
God.
that. I didn't say that.
Good one.
He says, but he always leaves this and he picks up some red. At first, maybe you think it's a piece of flesh, and as you see it clearly, it looks more like the candy that Mordu was feeding you guys.
Jesus Christ, Mordu. I mean, Jesus, tear.
Cheers!
Tear.
Oh! He says the killer has great taste. And
Have you tasted? Is the killer made of licorice? I'm confused.
Candyman.
Candyman, don't say it. That's twice.
Doesn't it have to be said by one person 3 times?
I don't
What
know.
is that bad? Can I
Let's
say
not
it?
take any risks.
Is that a bad? Is that like a
You've
Bloody
never
Mary
seen,
thing?
You've never seen, yeah.
You've never seen Candyman?
In the,
No.
You look in the
I've never
mirror,
seen
you
it.
say the name 3 times.
Oh, okay.
And Candyman.
So
comes,
it's Bloody Mary, essentially.
but he's got a hook for a hand,
Yeah,
fair.
one more left.
And he's black.
and he like disembowels you.
And there's candies and bees or something.
Bees.
Bees.
Bees?
The bees, Justin. All right. So,
Bees?
where
Okay,
were we? Yeah, he says yes. This is his calling card. It appears.
I'd like to be able to see what happens to these bodies.
Wait, literally, hold.
Me too.
There's a pretty serious clue on the floor here. So literally,
I-
this
But-
red licorice
Yes,
candy.
but in some cases the clues are too obvious.
Hmm?
The clues are too obvious.
I think we
Yeah, we
should
still need to react to
maybe
them.
go see Mordu again.
I'm right
He's
here.
with us.
He's with
Oh,
us.
I'm kind of looking at Mordu and like.
He said the madman has great taste.
Oh, I thought that was the
How-
constable saying that.
How exactly
Morty,
did he
yeah.
say that? Like, was he quite casual about it?
Yeah, he's quite casual about it.
Morty, where do you get your licorice?
Oh, I get that from the confectioner, from the bakery, Louise Decan. She makes great treats.
I would say we need to go pay the baker a visit.
I am hungry.
You're always hungry.
A lady has to eat,
I
alright?
think they all did it. This entire village is a murder village.
You say that loud?
Yes.
Really? The
You're blaming the constable.
constable can tell you're joking, but he's like he seems very sad by your remark,
American
like just shaking his head.
Constable, you are seeing this connection here, right?
Yes, this is something to be looked into, I think.
I think so too. What do you think, Mordu?
Well, you said we could go right after the cultists right now. That's what you said. That's what we should do. Strike them at their heart.
You
There's no
told
mystery
him
here.
that?
You seem to know a lot about this cult that
I've read about them
nobody
for
else seems to know a lot about Mordu.
I have a big book on them and I've read it many times.
Really?
Did you write the book?
I'd like to see this.
No,
Where is this
Who
book?
wrote the book?
it is in my house.
Why don't you go get it for us?
Constable, could we go with Mordu for a moment to take a look at this book that he has?
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna stay here and look for any clues.
Maybe you should come with us.
Why do you think so?
Well, the only person that we've seen so far that seems to be big on the red licorice is Licorice Man over here. And
He just smiles.
he doesn't seem all that concerned about all the blood in this area here, and
I mean, I'm not really concerned either.
Oh, I see. I see where you're coming from. Sure.
so we're just want to see where this information about the cult has Mordu talked to you about this nasty cult constable?
I don't tend to talk to Mordu very much, to be honest.
Oh well, he has lots of interesting things to say about cults.
I'm sure he does.
All right, well let's go and take a look at this book, Mordu.
Okay, so you go back to his cottage, and he brings it this huge book. It's bound, and it has like really nice binding, everything. It says "Cult of the Swamp God."
Is it written in red licorice?
No, but it's dusty. It's kind of old, but he slams it down. He says, "Everything you need to know is right here."
Is it in a language that I can read?
You look at it, and yeah, it's legible. It's legible.
Can I get
Fanciful
anything
script.
interesting out of it?
Okay, you're reading for a few minutes, and immediately the book is. You have a lot of questions. The more you read, it just creates more questions, pretty much. And
I kind of say
it's not really, the book doesn't really seem to have answers. It just seems to make a lot of presuppositions.
Wait,
Like cultists
Yeah, I was
are
not-
bad, aren't they horrible? And like,
Well-
I bet cultists are here.
Yeah,
and
It's-
I think we
everything.
all-
it says all
I think
sorts
we
of things
all-
about their beliefs
Yeah.
and their practices and their dark magics, but
Not much in the way of
Any
useful
pictures?
details.
yeah, not really.
Okay.
no pictures.
There's pictures, there's etchings of like evil
All
symbols
right.
and stuff.
To the confectionery.
For a confectionery hoe.
Wait, 1 second before we go. Like, I'm just thinking of how my character would interact with this. So, would I have seen the pictures of like the little designs and stuff?
Yeah.
All right. I was the first person to encounter Token Guy, whatever his name is.
what?
Like the Peter, no, Mark,
Luke?
Luke.
Yeah.
Peter Parker.
When we encountered him, wasn't he surrounded by like
Lanterns.
charms and stuff? Or,
No,
like-
just
like,
lanterns.
No lanterns.
Just lanterns in
Yeah.
like a weird form.
Yeah.
Does that any connect with me?
They
at all?
didn't seem, they weren't necessarily in the weird form. They were just sort of they were kind of put all around him. So
Yeah. Didn't he
So
have a
maybe-
book? Like,
yes, he still has the book actually. You can see it on him.
yeah. Was there like anything on the book's cover that I would have remembered? Like,
Just nursery rhymes.
so is it
Yeah.
okay?
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, I think, didn't I pick up the book and I read it and it was
Yeah.
just
Yeah, just
Yeah.
mission.
But there was an inscription
from
from Marcel to Luke.
Right, that's how we knew the name.
Yeah.
All right, just recalling it because I was like, was that a cultist book? Was that? I'm just trying to think like,
The cultist
Yeah.
anniversary rhyme.
yeah. And just because I've completely forgotten, I was not in the
Nobody's done
room
bad.
when we knew about the constable being the one who's feeding what's his face.
Yeah, I don't
Luke?
think he necessarily were.
I wasn't. Okay, so then.
So wait, Luke
I
is
was-
with us this whole time.
Yeah.
So what's the constable saying like to Luke?
He's
Really?
kind of well, yeah, you're right. He kind of goes to Luke and he says, "You're right, buddy," and he kind of pats him on the shoulder and he kind of looks at his head and he's like, "Did one of you do this to him?" He's kind of points to a bruise on his head.
what?
Which one of you did
I
this?
can't remember.
No, he's
He has a big like yeah.
I didn't see it. He's
Oh
smacking
yeah,
his
when
head.
we took the like, he
Oh,
was like
shit.
smashing his-
Yeah.
I'll just describe where it
Okay.
seems that he reacts quite violently to not having a lantern.
To his lantern
to
going out.
himself.
Yeah.
Let him keep the lanterns then. Has he been following you around? How did he get here?
He followed us.
He literally got up. I saw him come out of the house, and I was like, "Great."
We have a Luke.
He wasn't our idea.
was not my idea. That's
Is it
for
normal
sure.
for Luke to come out of his cabin and follow people?
No, he's been in his cabin the entire time, sort of there
How
for his own
long?
safety. Basically since the first killings started roughly
So
around
about
then.
3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
And what was Luke like before these 3 weeks ago?
Oh, he was a pretty quiet young man, I would say. He's
But not like this quiet.
no, not this quiet. He was he kind of gets a little sad. He says, "Yeah, this is probably the passing of his brother was too hard on him."
Has Luke always been this incoherent when he speaks?
No. He loved his brother, and his brother died, and he hasn't been the same since.
Has he been rambling to you like he rambles to us? Jesus.
Rambling
Yep.
man.
wakes me
Yeah,
up
he
every
says
time.
things about
you-
sorcerers
do you
and hexads.
Yeah, do you remember would you be able to
No.
recite what he says?
No, I no. There's something about rain, maybe something about red rain.
Oh,
I don't know,
good.
it's a storm coming.
Red rain, sorcerers, and hexads?
Why is this interesting? These are the ramblings of a
Don't say madman.
of a very very broken man.
Well, sometimes
He's been
they can
rambling
see
to
things
us.
that the rest of us can't.
Anadira, fortunes. His make will reverse, dooming the dreaded with live to all curse.
Okay, Najira.
Fortunes his make will reverse.
Fortunes
These are clearing up, guys. They're getting more clear.
his make
Will
will
reverse.
reverse.
He's becoming quite vocal.
Dooming the dreaded with live to curse.
Dooming the dreaded with that live to curse.
Dave the DM here. I hope you've enjoyed this content so far. And if you've had, don't forget to like and subscribe. You can also check us out on Facebook at fb.me/davingthrow and on Twitter at twitter.com/davingthrow. Now, back to the show. All right, so
That was with my chin.
where were we? Luke just sped it off something more, and you guys were heading to the bakery, I believe.
It just fizzed on me.
As Luke says something else, you start to Gilmar, you start to recognize some of these things that are being said. Your visions are foggy, but you start to have flashbacks of them. Things like the red rain.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
Yeah. Something about the sun, the sun rising, and a knave, and disaster following. These things seem to be very familiar to you. You think they might have some kind of significance.
Is there any way I can jog my memory?
Probably through meditation.
And good diet.
I'm gonna punch you.
No!
Oh, by the way, are you recording?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
No!
Yes.
No.
Oh no.
You said no.
I'm wondering if I would be able to go into a trance and dream and try and dream.
Oh,
some of
okay. I
these
see what you're saying.
memories.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. It's a possibility.
Are you saying boots and cats?
Well, no, I think cats.
You are actually able to access sort of kind of like your different aspects of your personality and memory. It might be possible
You're a computer.
with some hard work and a lot of time.
And
We
good
don't
diet.
have a lot of time. And good diet. We don't have a lot of time, so maybe I'm just hoping that I guess other things that come up will jog my memory with good diet.
Okay. Okay. So you guys arrive at the bakery, and
Bakery.
the bakery, and there's a sort of candy striped design
Candy striper?
around the sign.
Candy stripper.
You guys in the window, sort of with some of the treats within, which is various like cakes and rolls and whatnot. And there's an older plump woman behind the counter. She goes, welcome. How can I help you today? Mordu, who are your friends?
I go right up to the counter. So, how popular is the red licorice?
It's pretty popular. It's one of my new specialties.
How long
You
have
make
you
it?
added it?
Well, for the last year, but I've only sort of really perfected it recently.
What's the main ingredient?
Love.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, there's
Literally?
She kind of says with a smile. She says, "Well, I good. I do not want to give my recipe away. It is I do not want somebody.
Have you ever made your candy with blood? Arched eyebrow?
Heavens no!
Oh, well,
What kind of a person do you think I am, Outlander?
I show her a photograph of the crime scene.
What
Well,
is a photograph?
It's a mental photograph. I described to her the crime scene. I assume you're horrified to know that your confectionery took part in murder.
She looks quite worried and said, "Oh my goodness, oh."
I often roll very poorly on this, but I'm going to judge her reaction to
Well, let's see how
my
you roll,
statement
Sonny.
with my insight, which isn't very good. God,
A 1.
a 1. Do
Yeah,
with it
you-
as you will.
No,
man.
no read, really. You just she seems upset.
Reading is fundamental. Okay.
Oh,
So, can I read? Can I
She's
do
really
some
weird,
reading?
guys. I have
Me
no
too.
idea what.
I'm gonna.
sir. Anyone who wants to roll an
Would
insight,
it be a perception check?
an insight
No.
check.
Insight. Okay.
Yeah.
Which is.
It's wisdom as well, but it's a separate skill. I think it's wisdom.
I got
Yeah.
10.
11.
10.
Hmm.
We're all terrible.
She seems like a very sweet old lady, and she seems quite upset.
Never trust the old ladies. It's
Oh.
always them.
I stab her in the.
I'm.
Do you know the last few people have bought
Oh.
your red licorice?
Well,
Well, this guy.
Any
I
new
point to
people?
a weirdo or
no new people. It's Mordu, I believe. No, the Bordel children and Mordu as well. Jean seems to like it quite a bit. He hasn't come by recently, but he does like the stuff. He buys quite a lot.
When was the last time you saw Jean?
Oh, I'd say probably about a week ago. He bought a lot. You don't think it was?
Would you
him?
say more
Oh,
almost a month ago?
oh, Luke. No, she goes over to hug him. Oh, Luke. She says you cannot be saying such things in front of him.
What, that his brother bought a murderous amount of
Stop!
licorice?
She starts almost crying.
You seem to know more than you're letting
Oh,
on.
Luke, and she hugs him. No, I don't know. I don't know anything. I only know what I'm telling you.
Do you know where Gene was last, like where he is, like where he lives, or
Do you know where he would be?
Maybe
Yes.
he's in his townhouse here.
He lives here.
Well, they have their plantation house, but I believe he's probably in the townhouse.
I think we should go give him a visit.
Hey guys, I think we're missing the lead. Kids are evil. It's
I
the
keep
two
I forget.
kids.
Did the constable come with you?
Yeah.
I think he was.
Okay. The constable says I'm gonna ask around, see if I can't find anything else. You guys report back to me if you can. Look, I really appreciate this. Our village doesn't have a lot of money, but if you can help us in this matter,
If you can
I'll do
take
what I
care of board and food for us at the inn.
If we can
that
help
would
you,
be-
how much are we going to get for that head?
it's quite expensive. I
head?
don't make a whole lot.
We're going to get
Well,
like
you don't necessarily have to pay us. It's more
500
just
gold
the
pieces
village.
or something for that head.
Maybe
Yeah,
we
it's
can
very
arrange
cheap.
something.
We could sell them.
And he
the head.
says, "Good day to you. Perhaps we should reconvene later on. What do you say? Maybe at 1:00 we can meet back at the constabulary. How does that sound?"
All right.
Sounds good. Where would we find you in case we decide to go off to the...
Oh right, you were thinking about going to the Tarascon plantation.
Yeah.
Well, let's go to the townhouse first.
He leaves. He says,
Which way to his townhouse?
"Good day, Louise. Please try not to worry too much. You did nothing wrong."
Do you have any sweet cakes? I whisper to her.
Oh yes, I make those too. That's my other specialty.
Can you hand me over a couple?
What do you mean?
I like sweets.
Okay.
The ogre likes sweets.
Okay.
Oh, honey.
Donkey. All right. What am
You
I?
guys don't know what I'm saying.
What are you?
Well, you guys do see her like whispering to the old lady.
I thought oh no, it was the priest that did
I run back in and I go, "What are you whispering about?"
Mordu says, "Well, all this walking around and asking questions. I need to sit down for a bit. Come and get me once you are ready to go to the plantation. He waltzes back off.
Okay, don't leave town.
I bet it's on your pants.
I won't.
No, I heard it roll on the
Good.
ground.
There's no place I'd rather be than here right now.
There's no.
Glad to hear it, Mordu.
Okay. What was I doing? So you were buying some sweet cakes.
Yeah.
Okay, so those are let's say 6 copper a piece.
6 copper a piece.
Hey, Mordu.
No. Sorry, so that's pretty high.
Sweet cakes,
3 copper a piece.
I'll grab 2.
I toss her 3 coppers and then tell her to pick me up a sweet cake too.
So, anyways, you guys get your sweet cakes,
Okay.
and
Lovely. Sweet cakes. Yum, yum.
I set Alaska on follow.
Okay, so
So Alaska's not on her own again.
No, I'm on follow. I'm following one of you.
Oh god.
Oh.
So we've got a Luke and an Alaska.
Yeah, they're both as talking.
all of a sudden the last is holding a lantern, like
The extra lantern.
Oh god.
honey, oh,
Oh god.
hi. All right, so you guys are going to the townhouse. Okay.
I think our
So he would have told you that the townhouse, where the townhouse was
Yes.
located, which I believe was one of the big houses on that map. If I can just see it for a moment,
my tongue is drowning.
I believe it's
What?
number. I believe it's 13.
I wasn't doing anything.
Oh, I thought you were.
Oh,
doing
you guys
on
don't have
top of
numbers.
it.
That's right. My mistake.
Why is my nose so pretty?
I'm currently switching.
Yeah, that's it. So he points you down to the big house, kind of east of town. Basically the L-shaped house on the map, just across from the X, actually. Okay.
East, Katie. East.
So you guys come up.
That's south. Jesus.
It's one of the few. It appears to be one of the few 2-storied homes in the village.
That one? L-shaped house.
And this is the brother's house?
This is called the Tarascan, the townhouse, basically. So they have their plantation, which is kind of outside the village, and then they have kind of a place to stay while they're here. Yeah.
For the family?
Mhm.
Okay. I bet this is the cult headquarters.
Why don't we sneak in?
Is Mordu still with us?
Not yet. He wanted us to go get him when we're going to the.
Yeah, he's laying down at home.
Let's not get him.
Were you going to be turned into a dog, or just to remind you?
No.
Okay.
I was joking.
Okay.
I'm looking for like any opportunity to turn into an animal right now.
Well, that's an idea.
Okay. Well, you're not. You can technically go hide and then transform. I mean, there's
Oh,
lots of like little alleyways and
But
stuff.
I mean, like
We could get into the townhouse and you could transform in there and then find Jean.
You can go sniff around
into
and.
what, like a cat?
Hmm?
Like
No.
I need something to kind of stay hidden.
A mouse.
You go
Your
into-
owl will eat you.
Oh yeah.
No, you just go into the house, you turn into a wolf or something.
Oh, and a wolf would commonly be seen trekking through a house.
A
Be like a
dog.
squirrel or a rabbit.
A dog.
I don't know why a mouse is not sufficient.
Because
Or
the
a mouse
owl
or a
threat.
rat.
The owl threat is.
Oh my god, the owl would eat me!
Well, then just
You
tell
have
your
a
owl to go
bear.
away for a while and turn into a mouse.
Be a dog. Dog's got the best sniffy
Hmm.
for blood and stuff. Turn into a bloodhound. There you go.
Blood.
Oh, anyway, you guys are at the house. It seems like all the curtains are drawn currently. You can't really see in or anything. Doesn't appear to be anyone home, but
Well, I say we erase the curtains then and go straight in.
what?
The curtains were drawn.
Oh, jeez. The puns here. The
Let
puns.
us
Help me.
knocketh upon the front door.
Knock it.
How about we just open the
Katie
front door?
Moore's like, let's just barge through. I agree with knocking first.
Okay.
Okay.
We don't want to make a rude entrance in case maybe there's sneaking.
There is a 1% chance Luke's brother is not the murderer, and he maybe wants to kind of meet back up.
With a happy family reunion
Absolutely.
over some red licorice.
Okay.
Probably.
So you knock. You don't hear any response.
Alright, let's go in.
Room service. No.
Okay.
I don't do that.
The door is locked.
Door is locked.
Oh wait.
Can I break
Luke.
the door?
You can attempt to do that.
Luke. Do you know?
Who's the false, Luke?
Can you open the door, Luke?
Oh fuck.
Your brother wants to see you, Luke.
Luke, can you hold the light still?
So I'm just
Guys, he only
gonna
listens to me. Yeah.
try and like kick the keyhole of the door to break it so I can open the door.
Why not just pick
That was
up?
an interesting way of describing it. Kick the keyhole.
Why not just say
It
run
breaks the
full?
mechanism.
Can you roll a strength athletics check, please?
Why not just run full tilt into the door with your shoulder?
Just kick the keyhole.
Oh my god. 9.
That's not bad.
We're not getting anywhere.
Okay. The door doesn't budge, but you just you kick it, and then
I push you aside and I go, okay, let's do this.
okay. You hear Outlanders.
Uh-oh.
What are you doing? You
Who's
see
that?
you see somebody on the street kind of coming up and says, "What are you doing? Trying to break into the Tarascon townhouse."
Luke got locked out of his house. He wants to get back in.
Luke
What's
wants
the problem?
back in.
He lives here.
Kind of looks at Luke. Is this true, Luke?
Yeah, I know.
What's that?
You make his head nod.
Just like behind his head.
Yeah.
Yes, it totally is.
Oh, I see. Are you actually doing that? Are you trying to make it look like he's actually doing it?
It's weekend at Lukey's or whatever.
Yeah.
It's the
Oh,
best- it's the best I could come
okay.
up
Roll a sleight of hand check for that. I think.
I wasn't really trying
Well,
to like.
no,
I was
do it.
just being
It
obvious.
happened.
Like,
Oh, you were okay.
How good-
there's no way. Like,
I was
Okay,
like, how
well-
good is your sleight of
Is there
hand?
any windows open?
But you actually do that. You actually do grab his like head and not, and you're not
yes,
making.
absolutely, and I'm not making any effort to be like kind of.
Nice.
Sleight of hand
The
about
person runs off quickly.
Oh, they run.
What is he gonna get? The constable?
Yeah,
Like-
our friend the constable. Go tell our friend the constable what we're doing. See, he won't care.
Alright.
Is there any windows that are open?
No, I
No.
just kicked
No?
the door because I'm the only woman in this.
Okay, so
we're,
ask
They're all
us-
shuttered,
we've all
actually.
deputized
Not just
ourselves.
yeah, I said curtains, but they're actually shuttered.
So it was
So Alaska's gonna open the door.
athletics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I rolled a 4,
Mhm.
and I would have gotten +5 to 9.
Okay.
I was really ready for a big one.
No
All right.
shit.
Can I try again?
It's like my one
Yep.
skill.
Work for the half orc, so
12. Or no, 14.
Okay.
Did it?
14. Yes, that breaks the door.
We're in!
I do a performance check to make it seem like I was the one who actually opened it up, and
Oh
it was
my
already
God.
open. No, I don't.
Oh, fuck you.
All right, children, play nice.
I go, "Ay."
Oh my god, what?
I don't know.
all right, everybody, quick. Let's slip inside, nice and quiet.
'Cause,
we've
you know,
been so sneaky
The
so
half
far.
orc bursting through the door
Hey,
wasn't.
Luke!
I didn't burst through the door. I literally just like kicked it.
You know,
I would
Luke,
have taken a running jump,
keep it quiet.
Luke, whatever.
Do I look like the running type?
maybe. Jogging.
I am a big
Brisk
man.
walk.
Yeah,
Right at
we're
this
gonna
moment,
we're
you're
gonna slip
running out of
inside through the
excuses.
front door there.
Oh my god. Like,
And do our best to kind of close the door, I think, and make it look like it's not horribly broken.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
prop it up on
This
the
as you close it, you see the door open. The constable come in. He says, "Guys, this is not what I had in mind."
Well, then you should have stayed.
We
with
told
us.
you that we were coming to the house to investigate it.
I thought you meant like see if anyone's home, not
There
break
was
in.
nobody home.
There was no one home.
Luke
He did.
wanted in. He was emphatic.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't know if I can tolerate this.
Look at that face. Does that face look like it's lying?
Look,
He wanted in.
if Jean is innocent, I'll pay for a new door. But right now, I don't care, and we need to get in here. And now we're in,
Exactly.
so let's search.
Well said. Enough messing about, constable.
Make a,
Serious.
make a persuasion check. Anyone who's trying to persuade them.
Great.
I got a persuasion of
Yeah.
22.
you will.
I have
Holy shit.
16.
Okay, he
He
says.
gives you the money. I'll pay for the door.
I think you have to admit, Constable, that this is much more serious than a damaged door.
You are correct. I just the townsfolk are already pretty unhappy if they know I allowed this.
I think that they'll be much more
Happy with us
relaxed
there.
if they see you working with us, searching the house.
Just don't arouse any more suspicions against the Tarascon family until we know what's going on. Jane could be perfectly innocent. We don't know.
Well, he could be, but
He couldn't be.
we know he's not. So let's have a look.
Aroused, you said?
Alright, so let's look around. Do we have to do
Yes, thank you,
another
Alaska.
perception or
Sure,
If
well,
only we had summoned a hold of
describe the
light.
scene.
Investigation?
I'll describe the scene for you. So
Okay.
you guys are kind of in the main room. It's a very nice little house. Well, it's not quite little, but it's a nice house. It's full of expensive, albeit dusty furniture. It looks like there's sort of you guys are sort of in the main hall right now. There's stairs going up, and it looks like there are hallways off to your left and your right.
Stairs or hallways? Or investigate this room? I guess most importantly, we want to find the brother.
Yeah.
That's mostly what we're looking for.
So shall we split up?
That never goes well in Scooby-Doo.
I was gonna say that sounds like Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Who's the old man in this case?
The old man in the costume?
Like, how big was the house? Is this going to be like we're going to be far away from each other, or we could go search it and we can see each other like down the hall?
Yeah, it's more like that. I mean, there's
Or I
corners and
could
stuff, but
turn
it doesn't
into
seem
a
like
dog. I could turn into a dog and go with somebody.
you guys aren't gonna get lost or anything. Like you're
There is a console
probably
here, though.
from what you can tell.
This is true.
Alright, so let's look around.
Are we concerned at all about the grounds around the house? Like the outside the house.
Well, I think this. You said this is kind of off the grounds of the plantation, more or less. Like,
No, but I don't know. Is there anything?
Like you're asking with like the lawn, basically.
is that like the
Yeah.
plantation is like in that direction or whatever?
Yeah,
Wait,
it's sort
so
of further
where's
down the road though.
plantation? Is it like down?
Yeah, the road goes through some it goes some way. Like you guys can't see the plantation from the
Okay.
village.
Yeah.
Because I really would actually like to like.
This is like their city home.
Mhm.
Why don't you go have a look out back?
I would
Alf,
like to have like a look around.
and we'll do
Upstairs first?
an investigation-y sort of search. Of
Investigation-y.
the,
That's fair,
The bottom
um,
and then the top of the house.
Why don't the constable go with you just so you have
The constable's gone.
the constable's
Dude,
gone.
Yeah, he said he's going
totally
back off to
Oh.
do his thing.
Missed the
Okay.
mark
He's
there.
trying to find anything he can.
I want to go outside, turn into a dog,
Oh.
and sniff. And you're like, why doesn't the constable go with you?
Well, I missed that, yes.
Yeah,
Well,
I
the
can tell.
constable's
okay.
left anyway. So.
If you guys say something that you didn't,
You can
Yeah,
even
it's
turn into a dog in here.
Oh, the constable.
You
Okay.
got
yeah, that
constable's
constable
gone, so
actually
might as well.
left. so
All
it
right,
doesn't matter.
here we go. I would like to turn into a wolf.
a wolf.
How about
I
a
don't
dog?
know if you wanna do- you might wanna be
The
something a little
village
bit
people
more,
might not
I need
know
to
how
not
to
stop
see
doing
a
that.
wolf.
Are they gonna see a wolf?
If you go outside, yes.
Like, you can choose to turn
But
back.
no,
Let's
but look
stand
at if
out
I
here.
go out the back door, there's like nobody in the village would see. If I come outside
If you're
and
careful,
follow the trail.
there's a chance. Yeah.
Or and then if they see a wolf, they'll go, "Oh my God, it's a wolf in the village."
Yeah, dog's probably safer, but.
Fine, I turn into a German shepherd.
I know that
what's
in,
the equivalent of
I
Germany
know that in
this
elven
case?
lands, the wolves walking through the trees in the village and stuff is totally normal. In human lands, we get a little bit antsy.
Yes. So what are you sniffing for? You smell.
Peculiarities?
Do a wisdom perception check.
Oh good lord, here we go.
We haven't been rolling very well. This
Wisdom or
Sorry, bonusy ability things?
perception?
What's that?
Oh, they're both the same.
Oh, right. Thank you. Roll that with advantage as well.
What does that mean?
So means you roll your d20 twice and you take the higher number.
Fuck, it's gonna be like a 1 and 2. 17 plus 5.
That's 22.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Although at that point it doesn't really matter.
Never know.
So 22.
Okay, so yeah, you smell a humanoid was just here.
Was just here?
Yeah, it smells very fresh.
Can I like track where the trail goes?
Yeah, it goes up the stairs.
Okay, I'm gonna follow
Okay.
the scent.
And we'll follow
Obviously,
him.
you'll arrive at where we
Do
are.
you smell licorice?
Yeah, you actually.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
wait, I'm not smelling them, right?
Yeah, no, you're smelling like...
You're smelling a different scent. Yeah,
Yeah,
you could.
okay.
As a dog, you can identify different.
Yeah.
I think dogs can do
Yeah,
that.
they
Yes.
can do that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, when you have a blind dog, the way you kind of have them
Mhm.
know your built room is you put a scented candle that's different scent in each room.
Oh.
You never light it, because they can smell
Yeah,
it.
but you smell
Yeah.
something. Someone musky smelling has been here recently.
Musky smelling.
Yeah.
Do I smell anything that's like the licorice?
Yeah, you actually smell. A faint hint of licorice as well.
Okay, I want to keep following that in the
Okay.
house.
And I'll follow him.
How do you do your doggy warning to us? Do you do
I
high
like-
five or a...
I'll like sit. I'll just sit like a police dog.
You'll do what?
Like if I find something that I want them to check out when I'm in dog form, I'm just gonna sit.
Okay.
You haven't told us the rules, so you have to
No, no,
convince
it's fine,
us
it's
as a
fine.
dog.
fine.
I'll sit and I'll paw.
You guys
at it.
discussed it.
What are
already,
you trying to
it's
say, Lassie? Lassie, what are you trying to say?
I'm gonna bite you. Right in the nuts.
There we go.
Oh.
fine. Okay, so you're following the trail, and it
Which is going.
yeah, it goes up the stairs and then it goes down, goes to the left, and up to a closed door.
So we follow along, I guess. Shield ready. Shield first.
Okay, so what's the order here?
Me first.
Obviously, me
Okay.
last. Or I could go in as an attack dog. Who
Okay,
knows?
so it's a 5-foot hall and 5-foot door. So
Wait, how high up?
Nope. No. Width. Who describes a hall by how high it is? All right, so
Well,
it's
it could be like an Irish house.
no, like how long? But
Like a
yeah,
real
it's
estate
5
agent.
feet
We
wide.
have-
I'm sorry.
We have
Okay.
8 feet tall.
So it's basically you do a line. So it's so what's
This
the
just
order?
makes me think, how tall are the ceilings? Am I like
Stooped over.
stooped over? Because he's pretty tall.
They're like
He's 6'11".
there's
so.
seven there's
Jesus.
7 feet.
Zdeno Charo
I'm just
over
like
here.
Yeah.
barely touched.
No, you had to duck down
6'9".
once to
Oh.
not hit a hanging chandelier thing.
A hanging low beam.
I'm like,
Okay, so what's happening?
Meanwhile, I'm
Okay, so-
barking at the door.
You guys need to tell me what the
Dog.
order is.
Dog.
Dog.
I'm for yeah. You can be like low where I am, and I'm shield at the ready, sword at the ready.
I would
Probably
be.
then
Yeah,
you,
I'll
I
be
guess,
right
and I'll
behind
be in the rear,
yeah, you will.
looking behind me. to make sure
You would
there's
think that
movement.
Alaska.
And where's
would
our
be
lamp
in the rear.
boy?
Yeah,
He'll be he's in the back.
Yeah.
She's a top bitch, not a bottom bitch.
Really?
What? Alaska? No.
No, I'm
Alaska is not.
not a
She's-
top?
She's a bottom. Yeah.
She's a.
Oh.
Yes, hardcore bottom.
Jesus.
Like gross talking.
Don't
Like
they call that a
does stuff.
Don't they call that a power bottom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway. Okay. So.
Oh.
So how's. So who's opening the door then?
I guess that'd be.
I
you.
guess. Alaska.
No, I want to see the dog try to open the door.
Yeah, the dog can do it. Dogs can be trained to do that.
I mean,
And you're smart enough.
I turn around and bite him on the leg
Oh.
You're gonna cause him damage. That's not
You actually
gonna
want to cause
help
him
us.
damage?
gently.
Oh.
Okay.
Just
So-
nip. You
okay,
say
so-
Okay,
nip.
I opened the door. guys.
It's okay. She can. I don't even know why I asked. Like a dog can do that, but.
That's so cute.
All right. Well, actually, the door does not budge.
I was like,
it's
I opened the
locked.
door?
It's locked.
All right, so we're gonna smash it open.
We need a human.
Alright.
battering ram.
Excuse me, I'm in front here.
Okay,
Yes.
so last is in front.
10 plus 5, 15.
Okay, you smash the door in, and entering in a bedroom, and
I
it,
rush in.
it appears the window, the shutters have been opened, and the curtains are flapping. In
Dog, jump out the window and chase
Let's
downstairs.
go. Seek.
Where's
Sick.
Luke? Is he behind us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
he-
he's behind
just
you.
following.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I asked. Where's our lamp dude or whatever I called him?
he made a break for it.
Yeah.
Have to get away from these people. They're crazy.
So, like, is it pretty obvious that there's nothing else in this room other than
Or
the
can I?
window being
Can I?
open?
Okay, wait. Where
Yeah.
does the scent go in this
Like
room?
a
Does
bedroom- a
Does
bed,
it
yeah.
legitimately go out the window?
I run
Yep.
downstairs as soon as the door's open and I see the windows open.
Yeah, and then dog, obviously. Dog.
Because
Sorry, what do you do?
I assume somebody just went out the window, so I'm running downstairs
Okay.
to go and see if I see anything.
Okay.
Go run.
Does this
Hustle.
house,
Make a perception
does this
check.
house have a basement? Shit always goes down in the
Perception
basement.
10.
You've not seen one.
I'll go to the window and see if I can see anybody.
Okay, make a perception check.
Where's this map?
Oh my god. 10.
Okay, you do not see anybody.
Jesus Christ, we're all blind.
Alaska, do you see anybody out the window?
I'm the worst perception of all of us. 18 minus 1.
17.
17.
Does she notice anything?
Sorry, what's the last roll?
17.
And where are you looking? Where are you?
Out the window.
Okay. No, you don't see anything.
Okay.
You see some people. Well, you see some people walking in the street, but they won't think they're running or
I
anything.
feel like if you can't see anything with like a 17, then we probably missed it.
I would say like I would be like, I see the windows open, and I'm
Yeah,
like, dog,
Does the dog?
the dog, go
Where's
around
the scent?
outside.
Yeah,
you
where?
know?
Okay, so
Yeah,
can I
go
run?
outside and
Yeah.
Is she following the scent?
Okay,
Whoa,
yeah,
whoa.
run, and roll.
Can I run outside and see if I can pick
yes,
up the
roll
scent?
And I think
perception with advantage
wherever the
again.
dog's running, we're probably following as
Okay.
closely as possible.
So you strange people are just running after a dog now.
16.
It's amazing.
16. And then what's
22.
Okay, 22. Yeah, you're able to follow the trail for a while. It kind of winds around the houses a bit, and then it kind of goes into a crowd and sort of gets muddled where there's some people.
Wait, did the trail go like
Yeah, I'll tell you.
south on that?
I'll tell you. So it goes here, and kind of winds around through the woods, comes back up here, and kind of comes into the kind of the commons area, and then sort of you sort of lose it around a bunch of people, sort of gathered and not gathered,
So
but they're
I kill all the people.
there's a group of people. Some of them are talking, some of them are walking to whatever they're doing.
Damn and blast.
I will walk up to some of them and be like, have you seen Jean?
No.
Did
I'm not-
he
Did-
come running through here?
Did anyone
Should I
come
roll to
running
see if
through
they're
here?
lying?
Yeah, you can roll. What are you asking?
So that would be,
Did
would
you
it
see
be
anyone
perception?
running through here?
15.
15. Yep, it seems legit. Actually, that'd be insight.
Insight?
Yeah.
Okay. 13.
Yeah, actually, somebody did run through. Maybe it was Gene. I don't know.
Who was it? You
Which
know
way did they
who it
run?
was?
I didn't get a good look at him. He went so fast.
Which way did you run?
Kind of looks around. I think he went that way, and he sort of points to the east. Is it? No, wait. What's the map? Let me see the map. That would be east. Yes. It goes
towards-
east.
I assume you hear it as dog
Plantation?
over language, and you're like, I'm like.
No,
is
I
it-
think I retained.
He
my-
still retains. Yeah, understand. Like
Okay.
he has a
Can you
mental.
pick up the
he has a
I was
mental-
thinking,
Like,
pick
is
up
that
the
is that
scent.
legit? Like someone actually was going out east kind of path?
Can I try and pick up the scent again?
Sure. Roll perception.
Good lord.
With advantage, right?
Yeah, advantage.
Oh,
Sorry.
thank God.
Yeah.
Because
So that was Katie
7 plus 5
12.
is 12.
What is the
9.
plus 5?
so 14.
14. Okay. You follow it for a bit, but then you kind of lose it with all the other smells that are kind of going on in the village.
Where do I lose it?
Let's see.
We should just have this like on a easel or something.
So you lose it around here. There's just too much going on. There's cooking food. There's manure.
Is he
There's
heading back to the house?
I think we can assume it was probably old Gene.
Let's go back to the house then, eh?
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, should we go back to the house?
Let's check
So
that
in-
basement.
Investor
Does the
game.
house have a
Oh,
basement?
there's a good chance that he was there to
No.
get something that was important that we should have found. But
And is Luke still following behind
Oh,
us?
God.
Or did we leave him at the house?
Lamp boy.
yeah, when we took off after the dog, what did Luke do? Did he?
you guys
Run
were you
behind
guys
us with
paying
his
attention, or were you
lantern?
just trying to follow?
We
the dog?
probably weren't paying much attention.
Yeah, you probably weren't. You don't see Luke currently where you guys ended up.
Oh God.
Good job, guys. We did it.
We'll
Yes.
go back and try to see if we can find where Luke is.
Why? Why?
Hmm?
Why?
As you're walking back to the house,
Obviously.
actually, as you're walking back to the house, you see Luke standing there.
Oh God.
I kind of like to
Hey
avoid
Luke,
like
sorry
walking
for
the
taking
street.
off on you there, but
I was just picturing the
Spur of the
running
moment
with
and
a
all that
lantern
jazz.
down the street.
Brother come back? Jean back?
Yeah, I don't think he.
Can I go in the
He
house?
wants to take your light. He wants to take the light away from you.
Can I go in the house?
Yes, you can.
Can I sniff for anything I know there's the scent, but can I sniff kind of like room by room and see?
Yeah. Roll.
Well, she's sorry, while you're doing that.
Just roll roll another perception advantage.
I want to roll a detect magic.
22.
Okay, you don't have to roll that. You can just cast it.
Okay.
But just remember to
detect-
subtract the spell slot. Yeah.
So
I'm gonna go with the
detect
22.
magic. Do I detect it?
That's a good question. Do you? I don't know.
I'm gonna write this.
My foot is numb. It hurts.
Roll for numbness check.
Oh shit!
I got 11.
I got 1.
For
Your foot needs
No,
to
no,
be
for
amputated.
numbness. Okay, no. I got 22 for like sniffing. Sniffing.
you think you smell? You're sniffing through, and as you get to the, you smell food in the kitchen, and just what you'd expect. It's very dusty in here. Maybe you're sneezing a bit. So sneezing dog. But when you're in this, what appears to be a study, you think you smell some licorice behind a bookshelf.
Okay, so I'm like pawing at the bookshelf.
Okay.
I say, "What's up?" I want to hear you talking like as a dog. Can I guess he talk like a dog, but like human?
I get like
You
no.
can make dog sounds.
Yeah, I would be making it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
so I'd be like
yeah.
whining and like clawing
Okay. So behind here.
clawing at the bookshelf.
Timmy
Okay.
fell down the well. What?
Yeah. I like. Is it like a moving bookshelf situation, or am I like moving books, like whatever?
Or was
is
it? It
appropriate?
was just a shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pull the licorice and you open the door.
Yeah. You think you can push the bookshelf? Maybe?
Okay. So is that a roll for me?
No, it's probably not too heavy. You can do it with a little effort.
All right.
And
But I use a lot of effort though.
okay, fair enough.
And
Are you
make
gonna push it over and like break it?
No, I'm gonna
Oh.
try to make it. I'm gonna perform. I rolled a. Damn it.
So-
It's obvious that it's really easy to push.
Okay.
Okay. I wanted to make like I actually.
I used detect magic. And you
Okay.
didn't,
Yeah, I didn't answer.
My leg is so
No,
itchy.
you don't detect any magic.
Okay.
In the whole house or in that room?
In like I'm
I
like,
think it's a radius of like 60 feet, but
Yeah.
you don't detect it.
okay.
Okay,
Guys,
Sorry,
So licorice?
Did the bookcase?
we got some
So you move
licorice.
the bookcase, and there appears to be a small space hidden behind it. In this hiding place appears to be a black hooded cloak
Oh, I thought you were gonna say black hooded creature.
I thought it was black
and
licorice.
yeah.
That's even scarier.
Jaeger bombs.
I poke at the cloak with my sword to see if it's just like a cloak. It's just a cloak.
It seems like you're hitting something solid in there, like maybe there's stuff in the pockets or something.
Sniff, sniff.
I say,
hooray.
dog, sniff the pockets.
Yeah, there's licorice there.
I kind of like flip
Do
it
I
like
sniff?
with my sword upside
Yeah.
down to see if like it falls out of the hole.
Yeah, a bunch of licorice falls out, as does a scroll case.
I take the
Does it
scroll
look like
case.
there's blood on the cloak at all? I mean, is it darker in some areas?
It's hard to tell, it's so black, right? Like it's very dark
Can I
black.
sniff the coat to see if the coat matches the scent of the trail?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
So I
That looks
look
like a
at scroll
cultist cloak.
case. I guess.
Cultist cloak.
Sorry?
I try to open the scroll case.
Okay. Give me a second.
A cultist cloak. My leg is so.
We could
Cultist
use
rifle.
that for you to use as a
It's-
scent.
Oh
Oh
a feely, a touchy feely. But yeah, I agree with that statement. Like it's Cinderella situation.
What?
If the cloak fits.
No, Katie or Moore
No.
was saying to keep the
Maybe
coat as like some
carefully snip it
cloak.
down.
Cloak as something for me
Slide
to.
it down.
I take this and I hit the dog's nose with it. No, I'm joking.
Just that.
No dog.
dog snarls.
Yeah, I don't want to rip this though.
Oh, here, do you want me to do it?
Yeah.
Oh,
tied
you got
it in a
Because the edges
Oh,
are
I
like.
remember when
is,
you made
yeah.
that. That was like forever ago.
Do you? Is it
Yeah.
the same thing?
Yeah.
Maybe. Maybe not.
Wow, how far in advance did you plan this?
Well, I have done this
Yeah.
before.
Because that was when we like first started dating. Pretty much.
Yeah, Katie wasn't in that. She never actually played. It was just some people at work.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
How badly are we doing compared to them?
You guys are doing pretty good, actually. Yeah, they did pretty well.
Oh
as well.
shit! Yeah, it's like almost
Careful.
ripped.
Yeah, be careful.
It's supposed to. I think it's supposed to be.
It's a picture of the dick butt guy. This is actually hard to keep on. Can Alaska read?
You want some paperweights or something?
How about I read? Because
The dog can read.
I can read. Give it to me.
Okay. I want to read it.
Alaska can't read. She doesn't
Alaska is a perfectionist. Reading is fundamental. Okay.
Fundamental?
Fundamental.
Fundamental.
Can't have fundamental without fun.
No, that was like a funt with a T. That was a fundamental.
Oh my god.
I
Well, she is mental.
look at how dense the words are and I go, I don't want to read this.
Oh my god.
All
And
right.
I pass it on.
Give it to me.
I kind of feel that Johnny is lazy and he just wants to pretend he's role playing, but really.
Me,
No.
me as the dog, I'm shaking my head. Here's some paper weights.
Thank you.
Oh,
Gilmore, the reading dog.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I could still read as a
Yeah, you
dog.
can.
But I'm saying I'm shaking my head
You can't
at
repeat it back.
this one.
You can bark it back.
Oh goodness.
Dictate
Okay.
it to us.
These signs were foreseen by Hiscosa, Visanti, most gifted with the sight. Spread word of these wherever you travel. Only the true-hearted can stop the fall of the night of evil. The night of evil shall descend on the land where this hexad of signs is near at
We've
hand.
heard that.
In the house of Dagon, the sorcerer born through life and living shall scorn.
Oh
A
hey.
lifeless
That's the
child-
word.
It's
Scorn.
everything-
Scorn. That's the word.
It's everything that Luke has been saying, but in
Yeah.
actual full form.
Yeah, lifeless child of stern mother found, heralds a time, night of evil unbound. Seventh time the son of sons doth rise to
Oh.
send the knave to an eternity
I knew
of
that's what it
cries. Inajira will make his fortunes reverse, dooming all to live with the dreaded curse. Part of it is ripped out. Something of the sky shining over the dead shall gutter and fail, turning all to red.
So as you were reading that, was there any reaction from Luke, particularly around the ripped part?
Nope. He was pretty static.
No, of course
I
not.
recognize that clearly Luke is the motherless or whatever that part of it.
I'm just
No,
reading-
there's lifeless child of stern mother.
Yeah, he's the lifeless child of the stern mother.
I'm just reading this again for my own.
And there was pretty obvious for anybody the 7 days. How long have we been here? You know.
A day and a half.
And how does that read again? Is it after we've met him for the first time or like?
Seventh time the son of sons doth rise to send the knave to an eternity of cries.
How's the knave spelled again?
With the K, I was
Okay,
right.
so it's a
So
person.
That's
It's
a good
a
guess,
person.
though. That was a good guess. Sure. I'm gonna say it's good.
So it's a suspicious
I'm gonna
man,
guess one.
right? Knave is a suspicious man.
Well,
Or
it's
like a
scoundrel
trickster,
kind
kind of.
of.
It was like the Jack, so it was like the trickster kind of suspicious and wonky.
Hmm.
So that's that old man, right? Or well, there's a few people. Could be the bartender.
Is a hexad 6?
8.
Could be the guy you drank.
Oh, 8?
the-
No, I thought that was
Hexad?
hecta.
Octo is 8. Hex,
Okay.
hex is 6.
6.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know my Latin.
What does it say about the hexad specifically?
When the
Yeah.
night of evil shall descend on the land when this hexad of signs is near at hand. Does that mean 6 signs?
6 signs, yeah.
How many lanterns were there?
There was more than
A
6.
fuckload.
Yeah, there was a ton.
I have one idea though about. I mean, this.
What's Luke's last name? What's the family's last name? We've never figured that out yet.
No, we did. We heard it. It's kind of important family. What was the name? of it?
Tarascon.
Tarascon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not-
I'm gonna try something. Luke, why don't you go to your bedroom and have a rest? Go and lie down. Basically, kind of ordering him to do it. No. I was hoping maybe we could give him like directions and he might do it. Like, hey, we could have tried like Luke, go and find the secret room.
Luke used the Force.
Yeah. Oh well.
Why don't we look in the other hallways? Because obviously the room that.
Is there anything obvious in that looks like a strange symbol or a sign in this room or anywhere in the house that we can see?
You haven't looked closely enough. Nothing that stood out, though.
We do for perception?
Yeah, you could do another investigation. It depends on how long you guys want to look, too. You've been probably here you've probably been kind of, including the chase and everything, and you guys have probably dwelt for about 2 hours or more at this point.
I'll spend maybe, a quick, 10, 15 minutes.
Okay.
Kind
We
of
only
like
went-
searching around, but not doing
Okay,
it.
Okay.
Yeah, we went up the stairs and we went left. Is there anything to the right?
Yeah, you can go right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go upstairs and check to the right.
Okay, yeah, we'll just do that. quickly.
Bedrooms, pretty much.
Can I see what's in these bedrooms?
Yep.
'Cause there might be-
There's very fine linens on the bed. There are wardrobes filled with nice, kind of aristocratic-looking garb.
Is it speaking to somebody like?
It's
coming
quite
back or-
fine.
I don't know. I'm just here.
Mirrors and various fixtures and housewares. That type of thing.
Yeah, 16 on a quick cursory investigation, looking for something that might
That's
stand out as a
okay.
sign or a strange arcane symbol or something.
Not really. You
Family.
you find
Maybe a
the
family name.
Tarascon sigil, but that's about it.
Could I see the map of the village again?
Is there anywhere else in the house that we haven't looked? We looked upstairs, left, right, went downstairs. Did we just stay in the hallway, or did we go left or right?
You guys, including what you just did, Bevan. You guys have pretty much covered the whole house. There's nothing particular of note except for some very valuables. Yeah.
I think I'm now that I'm looking at it myself here, the time we wrote down the words, I believe, is one of the times where this space was. I think, because we would have got. We wrote it down twice.
Okay, I have.
And this is the last time we did it, so that means the time before is this one.
I have Injira, fortune, his.
Yeah, and Jura will make the fortunes of reverse dooming, all to live with the dreaded curse.
Yep,
And then
seventh doth sons of sun the time rise,
That's the
two
sun.
of eternity on two knave the send cries.
That's this one.
oh,
So we missed
oh. Alaska knows math, right?
Oh yes, sir. Okay.
Oh god.
Like a basic addition and
Yeah.
subtraction at least.
So she reads that seventh time you of the sons doth rise, send a name. So then I connect that. Oh, there's 7 things here, and we're currently on the most latest, and that's Imajura. So we're.
That he said it, so the
Yeah.
signs are him talking.
You might say it every day,
One a day.
and this next day is the mystery thing here.
Thus concludes another episode in our Night of the Walking Dead series on Daving Throw, a tabletop RPG podcast. If you've enjoyed this content, please don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Dave the DM, wishing you safe travels.